Hello, my friends. Today we're learning Baba Basra Daf Kuf Ayin Dalet. We're going to read the line down. Amar Rabba Bar Bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Kol Makom Sheshana Rab Shimon Gamliel b'Mishnatenu Halacha Kmoto Chutz Me'arev V'Tzidon Raya Achona. So Rab Shimon Gamliel said in our Mishnah that even the Aryeh Kaplan, and we explained what Kaplan means, that he can't claim from the Aryeh only from the loiva, and only if the loiva doesn't have, he could come to the kablan. So Rabbi Bar Chana says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan that we always paskin like Rab Shimon Gamliel in the Mishnah, except in three cases. One is Bayas Aryeh, the other case is Tzidon, it's a case in Gittin, and Barah Achron is a case in Sanhedrin. But otherwise, so that means we don't paskin like Rab Shimon Gamliel over here with two other places in Shas, but all other places we do. Continue the Gemara, Amar Rabuna, Ilvou vani arev, Ilvou vani poreh, Ilvou vani chav, Ilvou vani eten, kulan lashon arvuten. So I'm going to explain this Gemara inside. So Rav Huna says, if someone says, Levi says to Shimon, lend Reuven and I'll be your guarantor, or he tells him, lend Reuven and I'll pay back, or lend Reuven and I owe you, or lend Reuven and I'll give. In all these cases, it's a Lashon Arvus and Levi becomes the Aryeh. But if he says, ten loi, give him, not lend him, give him vani kablin and I'll be a kablin, or he says, ten loi, give him vani poreh and I'll pay you back, or ten loi, give him, not lend him, give him vani chayev and I owe you, ten loi vani eten, give him and I'll give you. In all these cases, it's a Lashon of kablonos, and then you can come to Levi even if Reuven has money. It's a kablin. Said the Gemara, what's the din? Hilvo vani kablin. He said the loshon of a loan, lend money to Reuven, but on the other hand, he didn't say I'll be a Aryeh, I'll be a guarantor, I'll be a kablin. Or he said ten loi, give him vani Aryeh, a loshon arevus, but he said give him, he didn't say lend him. My Omar Yitzchok, loshon arevus arevus, loshon kablonus depends. If he uses the loshon Aryeh, then he's a Aryeh, and if he uses the loshon kablin, he's a kablin. Rav Chizda Omar Kulan Loshen Kablonus, and all these cases of Loshen Kablonus, Bar Milvor vani Aryeh, the only case where you only Aryeh and not Kablan is if he said lend him and am a Aryeh, then he's a Aryeh. Rav Omar Kulan Loshen Arvus, saying all the cases of Loshen Arvus, Bar Mitenli vani Noisim, the only case where you're Kablan is if you say give him and I'll give you. Omali Marbar Meimar Ravashi, Ochi Omar Abba, Mal, the son of a Meimar to Ravashi. This is what my father said, a Meimar, ten loi vani noisen, give him, and I'll give, Shimon, Levi says to Shimon, give Reuven and I'll give you. Ein Amal Val Loi Veklu, meaning the Reuven is not chayiv anything, only Levi is chayiv. Shimon has no tainen against Reuven. So the Gemara, it's not true. Loi nifta loiva minei de malva ad she'isim beitim beyad. Loiva, the Reuven who's a loiva, is never potter, only in a case where literally Levi took the money from Shimon and gave it to Reuven. Only then Reuven has nothing to do with it. But otherwise, for sure, Shimon, the malva, could always go to the loiva as well. Says the Gemara, "O daine dachte lemalve lenichse de loive mikamei de litve le loive salke Rav Chanin brei de Rav Iva Omar Rav man chakin em evad kermil seilav Rav Chanin brei de Rav Iva kasav nichse de barinu sharevin marvin yasei vetnan amalve et chavero ledorev lo yifra min arev vekamenon lo yitva arev tchila." So there was this dayan who there was a story. The malva came to him and he said, "Reuven owes me money, the loiva." And the Dayan gave this Malva Shimon a property that belongs to the loiva Reuven before he even went to Reuven and say, "You owe Shimon money." So Rav Chanin, the son of Rav Abba, saw this and he kicked him out of the property and he gave it back to the loiva. Said Rava, who is clever to do the following, like we just said? It must be Rav Chanin, the son of Rav Iba. Why? And what's the svara? The svara is possessions of a person is like a guarantor. It's like someone who's guarantor for your loan. Your possessions are guarantor to pay back the loan. And we learned that if someone has a guarantor on a loan, you can't go to the guarantor first. It says they shouldn't be poreh from the guarantor, and we explained they don't go to the guarantor first. First you go to the loiva. So the possessions of a person are like a guarantor. First go to the loiva, claim. If he doesn't pay, then you could give him his possessions. But you can't give the possessions before you claim the loiva. Continue the Gemara, Rav Diatme de Pare Lemalva Mikamei de Loidie, Leatme Amar Papa, פריאת בעל חוב מצווה, ויית מלאב בני מעבד מצווה נינו, ועברונה ברי דרבי יהושע אמר, אימא צריית וסי, מאי ביניו, איקי ביניו כשחייב מודה, אינמי דשמתו ומת בשמתי, שלחו מטעם שמתו ומת בשמתי, הלכתה כרברונה ברי דרבי יהושע, מתי בערב שעה שטר חוב יוצא מתחת ידו, אינו גובה, ואם כתוב בו התקבלתי ממך גובה, בישלים אלה רברונה ברי דרבי יהושע משכחת לה כשחייב מודה, אלה רבי פאפה קשיא, שענייתה דלאח איתך וכתב לה התקבלתי. So let's explain until over here. So the Gemara says, there was an Aryeh who he was like the case, our following case, we have here Reuven, the Loiva, Shimon is a Malva, Levi was an Aryeh. So Levi was an Aryeh for Reuven on a loan, and he passed away Reuven, and now he has the Yisoimim. And Levi went and paid Shimon off, and now he's coming to the Yisoimim of Reuven and say, you owe me money because I paid off the loan that your father owed. So our Papa says, this Priyas Bal Choiv, that means when it's only a mitzvah. That means, very good, maybe there was a star that Reuven owes Shimon money, but to Levi, there's no such a star that Reuven owes him money, the Aryeh. It's only Baal Peh, meaning if Levi pays off Reuven's Choiv to Shimon, so then Levi can claim off Reuven, but it's Baal Peh, and it's considered mitzvah, and the Yisoimim that they under bar mitzvah, labnei merved mitzvah ninu, so he could wait until they become 13, and then he could claim them, but until then he can't take from the Yisoimim not even a dime. And Rav Huna says the same din, he agrees, you can't be claim off the Yisoimim, but not because labnei merved mitzvah ninu. The reason is a different reason, is because Eamon Tzorah has to say, maybe Reuven, before he passed away, he gave Shimon, the Baal Choiv, a mashkin. And therefore, Levi paid off the choiv, and now maybe they need to pay this choiv off. So now it comes to the Yisraelim, the Yisraelim can't claim against Levi, maybe my father paid off already to Shimon. So therefore, you can't claim off the Yisraelim until they become old, that they should be able to tie a Tzorah Atfasa. Sadik Mor Namud Beis. What's the difference? They both agree you can't claim from the Yisraelim. Where's the nafkamina la'alocha between these two svaras? Says the Gemara, the nafkamina will be in the case where Reuven, before he passed away, he was moida that he owes Shimon money. So in that case, if the reason why you can't be ketuvia from the Yisraelim because labnei mevad mitzvah ninu, so it still applies. But if the reason is because we're choishes shema tzorah atfasa, we're not choishes because here Reuven admitted. Inami, another explanation will be an afkamina alocha that we put in the Tzuma where they put Reuven in Cherem before he passed away because he's not paying off Shimon, and then he passed away when he's still in Cherem. So if it's Tzorah Atvasa, maybe he paid off Shimon, we know choishes, because if not, he wouldn't be in Cherem. He would say, I paid him off. And if the reason is because labnei mevad mitzvah, that still applies, and therefore the Yisraelim don't need to pay. Said the Gemara, they sent from Eretz Yisrael that if they put the loiva in Cherem and he died when he was still in Cherem, the halacha is like Rav Huna B'Redi Rabbi Shua that we know choishes there for Tzorah Atvasa, and in that case, the Yisraelim will need to pay the guarantor the money he paid the malva. Said the Gemara kasha on these two shittas. It says that if Aryeh, that he had a choiv, that means that the malva gave him the star choiv that Reuven owes him money because he gave it to Levi because Levi paid off the choiv of Reuven, and he's coming against the Yisraelim, he can't claim from the Yisraelim. But if it said in the choiv that Shimon wrote in the star, I received from you the Levi, the Aryeh, the money, he could claim it off the Yisraelim. So Lefi Rav Huna, the son of Rav Yeshua, fits in. It's talking about in a case where the Chayiv Moida, before Reuven passed away, he was Moida, so there's no Chashash of Tzorori, so therefore the guarantor could claim from the Yisraelim. But Lefi Rav Papa, that the din is because it's a mitzvah, and it's a alva Baal Peh, you can't claim it because it's labnei mevad mitzvah ninu, so how could he, what's the case over here in the Brisa that they could claim from the Yisraelim? Says the Gemara, no. In the case where he says, Iskabalti mincho, that Shimon wrote to Levi in the star, Iskabalti mincho, meaning the star that Reuven owes Shimon is now Reuven owes Levi, and that's pshat when you write Iskabalti mincho, is as if you wrote a star to Levi that Reuven owes the money and he has a star. And on a star we don't say it's a mitzvah and labnei the Yisraelim labnei mevad mitzvah ninu. No, when there's a star, Yisraelim have to pay off, and therefore that's the case. It's like there's a star, and therefore the Yisraelim will need to pay even that they're still young. Let's read the Gemara weiter. O Arve Dovet Kochavin de Parelo Kochavin Mikamei de Letvun Eliatmi Amar le Ramadcha le Ravashi Achi Amar Avimi Magruni Mishme de Rava אפילו מאן דאמר חשין לצערי, אני מלישראל, אבל לכוכב, אם כן דבס ארבע, אז לא יחשין לצערי. אמר לי, אדרבה, אפילו מאן דאמר לא יחשין לצערי, אני מלישראל, אבל עובדי כוכב, אם כן דדנו בתרא ארבע, אז לילב דעת וסצערי, מעיקר לא אבה מקבל. So the Gemara says a story that there was a story that we had here Reuven who was a loiva, and Levi was the Aryeh, the guarantor, but instead of Shimon the Malveh was a goy who was a Malveh, call him John. And Levi paid off John the money that Reuven owed him, and he came to be Tovea before he was Tovea the Yisoimim. So Mordechai told Rav Ashi, this is what Avimi from Hagrunia said in the name of Rava. That maybe Reuven paid Shimon off, and therefore you can't be going from the Yisraelim. That's only when Shimon is Yisrael. But if Shimon is John, a Goy, since by the dinim of the Goyim, when someone owes them money and there's also a guarantor, they go straight to the guarantor. We're not choishesh. In no way would Reuven ever pay John tzrori, because he knows even if he pays a deposit, mashkin to John will still go to Levi and claim, and he'll claim twice. So there's no such a chashash. Therefore, the guarantor could claim from the Yisoimim. So he told him back, no, the opposite. Even if he's the man doma that we are not choishesh letzrori normally over here for sure. That's only when Shimon's Yisrael, but if it's so much that the Malveh is a goy, it's John, and since John goes straight to the Aryeh, the Levi would never be willing to be a Aryeh if he wouldn't get a guarantor, a deposit, a mashkin from Reuven. So it must be that Reuven, the father who passed away, gave Levi a deposit, he gave him a mashkin, and therefore Levi can't claim off the sons of Reuven nothing. He has to wait until they grow older, and then they'll say, maybe our father gave you tzrori. We learned in the Mishnah that someone's Aryeh to a woman in a ksuva, he only pays it off after he's mad anor from his wife. Moshe bar Itzri Arva de ksuvasa de kal teave Ravona brei. Tubem Rabbanan aved chikel emil se'amar Abai leka deneder denas beitzel Ravona negar shalet bitayu v'tezel v'tik bektuvata me'avua v'adre me'adre amar leRava v'adirena anatnan. אמר לאביי, אתו כל המגרש בבית דין המגרש, לסוף יגלה מילסה דקורן הוא. אמר אביי, אנא דאמרין שיבת הרניע אז לעניותה. ומי אמרך? אביי אחי, ואמר אביי, איזו רשע רום זה המשיא יצא למכור בנכסי כרב שמעון גמליאל, בנו שייני וצור ברבונן שייני. והרב הוא, וקיים אלן הרב דכתובה לא משתעבד, קבלן הווה. הניחה למאן דאמר קבלן דכתובה אף על גב דלת לנכסה לבעל חוב משתעבד שפירא למאן דאמר אית למשתעבד לא משתעבד. מה יקרה מאמר אי בו יתאמה מאב ואבא לבישתף אי בו יתאמה אבא לגבי ברא שיבודי נפשי. So we have here a story that Moshe bar Itzri, that was his name, and he was a kohen, and in this part we don't know that he was a kohen yet. He was a guarantor to the ksuba of his daughter-in-law, that means his son Rav Huna, like we're going to see in a second, got married, and his father, Moshe, the son of Itri, was a guarantor. And Rav Huna was a Talmid Chacham, and he was very poor. So Abaye said, who's going to go tell a good idea to Rav Huna that he should divorce his wife, then his father, who's rich, is going to pay off the ksuva because he's a guarantor, and then he should remarry her. So Rabbi told him, how is that going to be any good? If Rav Huna is going to divorce his wife, it says in the Mishnah, Rav Shimon says that the only way he'll pay off only if the husband who divorced his wife will be mad anor from his wife, and then he won't be able to remarry her. So how are you going to gain anything? So Abai told Rava, does everyone who gives a get, does they do it in Bezdin? Maybe he won't do it in Bezdin, and therefore they won't make him mad anor. At the end of the day, they found out that he's a kohen and he can't do this trick. So Abai said, this is what people say after poorness goes, meaning a person who's poor stays poor and there's no solution to get him out of it. On that, the Gemara asks, how could Rav Abaye give such an idea? Abaye says, who's called a Rasha who's a Orum? Someone who gives a Eitzah. Someone, Reuven said, I want to give my Nechosim to Shimon and afterwards to Levi. So now another person tells Shimon, sell these Nechosim. And it's against what Reuven wants, but it's Chal. So Abaye says, who's considered a Rasha Orum? Someone who gives such an idea. And here Abaye himself is giving an idea to Rav Huna how to get money out of his father in a roundabout way. So the Gemara, no, the difference is here, it's his son. And therefore, Abaye felt that there's a chrayas of him on his son to make sure that Rav Huna shouldn't be poor. And another difference is that Rav Huna was a Talmud Chacham, so to help a Talmud Chacham to get money, it's different. On that, the Gemara asks, he's an Aryeh. And an Aryeh on a Ksuva does not work. So the Gemara, very good, Lefi the Mando Omar, Kablan the Ksuva. If you're Kablan on a Ksuva, even though that the person who got married, the boy who got married, even though they has no Nechosim, he's Mishtabet Shaper, we could explain that he wasn't Aryeh, he was a Kablan. But Lefi the Shitta, who says that if he doesn't have, if the person who's Mischayev has Nechosim, then the person who's a Kablan is Mischayev. But if not, how are you going to explain? How would you get any money out? So I think more two terutzim. One teretz is, actually Rav Huna had Nechosim when he got married, but he lost them all. And another teretz is, since he was a father to his son, is Mishabed himself, not like another person. And I'm going to leave it here because my memory, unfortunately, is finishing out. I have to delete some stuff, and I see the video is going to be cut out. So I'm going to continue next Shia from the Itmar. Sorry about that.